Welcome back to the Props and Playmakers podcast. We're back like we never left for episode 2, where cousins collide, codes get cracked, and culture gets called out. I'm Enggy.
I'm Pricey. Welcome back.
So what's been happening, man?
Same stuff, different day, bro. How about yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. Pretty big weekend of footy, I thought, over the weekend.
Yeah, it was a good one. Broncos put the rabbits to the sword.
Put the cleaners through them.
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed watching that one, so yeah.
Yeah, so with that said, do you think that the Broncos are back in business or?
Yeah, if we can keep up that sort of form, I think we are.
Yeah.
Personal try that I really liked was the combination of Ezra, Cobbo and Walsh there.
Yeah, that little 1-2.
That try from inside the half, with a 1-2
little 1-2 punch,
that was a good one.
Love to see that.
Yeah, it was good read of the play, so yeah, and it was good that the boys were backing each other up and right there for the offload, so yeah, with that said, I think if we can keep that form up, we'll be good going into the finals.
100%. I think, there was a lot of pundits talking about, the Broncos beating up on a very understrength Rabbitohs team. I don't think I've actually seen an injury toll as bad as what the Rabbitohs are going through. They couldn't even name an 18th man on the night. Both of the guys that they had in the 19-man squad got ruled out before kickoff. Yeah,
sickness or something like that.
I think, there might have been some concussion protocols and things like that going on. So, but yeah, it's pretty crazy to see where the Bunnies are at the moment. They're battling it out for the wooden spoon.
Yeah.
Uncle Wayne's never got a wooden spoon. So, and personally, I don't want to see him get a wooden spoon. He's been such a great coach for a long time.
Yeah.
It'd be a shame.
Would be sad. It wouldn't be great on his record. And I don't think he'd like it very much. So I'd say he'd be getting right behind his boys in there, trying to make sure that they don't end up in the bottom spot.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, there was some. There was also a big milestone from the Broncos captain Adam Reynolds.
Oh, that was great! 2,500 points for the second player in history.
Massive achievement.
Massive. It was awesome to see. He's been instrumental in Broncos season thus far, I believe. And yeah, he's one of our best players on the field there. I love the way that he's captaining the side and moving the boys around the field. And
from the Rabbitohs, I was really impressed with. They had a young kid at halfback there, that young Ashton Ward.
Didn't he look young, man? Yeah. I seen him and I was like, is there a 14-year-old on the field here?
Yeah, 70 kilos, wring 'em wet.
It's not much of him.
Yeah, and it was funny. I was watching the game with my misso and I said, how old is this kid? And we looked him up on the Rabbitohs website, and they've got him as age 55. I thought
55.
Yeah, he's the youngest looking 55-year-old I've ever seen.
Yeah. I'd love to look that good at 55, mate.
Yeah, definitely. So I guess my mob, the Eels, we went down in a bit of a tight one to Melbourne, but very impressed at the moment with the squad that Jason Ryles is building, and just. It's awesome to see a coach go in there, back himself, put the young players in, instead of just trying to get, he's lost a lot of experience in Gutho, RCG, and he's just backed himself.
You have lost a lot of your key players there, and it's good to see what he's been sort of putting together with the boys out there. Being that you are down on the table where you are, what are you thinking for next year? What's your outlook, or what's your roadmap forward from here, do you think?
I definitely
needs to happen?
I definitely think they definitely need to be aiming for that top 8 finish, if not top 4. I mean, this year it just hasn't gone to plan. Mitchell Moses has played minimal games again, and we really need to keep him on the field for us to go anywhere, I think, in this comp. So
yeah.
But yeah, really looking forward to it. I'm actually going to more travelling. I'm going to Sydney this weekend to Combank to watch them.
Oh, you're going to watch them?
Yeah. So my girlfriend actually goes for the Cowboys. There's going to be a bit of bragging rights up for grabs.
You might be in the doghouse after the game, mate. Watch yourself.
Yeah, definitely. Well, something else I wanted to touch on from the weekend of footy was the big grudge match, Galvin versus Luai.
Yeah.
The Tigers come out and shock the Dogs.
Yeah,
You know?
it was actually quite a surprising one. That I thought Luai's performance was really good.
Yeah.
As much as if you look at the stats at the moment, he's one of the lower end halves in the comp for his stats and stuff like that. Do you think that's been a major affecting role in why Tigers are where they were or where they are? Sorry.
Yeah, I think with Luai, you know, I think he was a really good Robin to Nathan Cleary as Batman.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that it's gonna take him a little bit of time to find his mojo as the main chief organising playmaker. And you know, it's still there's still question marks over whether he can actually do that long term, but it's good signs for the Tigers. You know, they've been struggling. I mean, Adam Dewey, he was out there looking like the reincarnation of Joey Johns, Freddie Fittler. Like, he was throwing, you know, like some of the ball playing he was doing, like, that was awesome. But I think really the storyline from that game is, you know, the Luai Galvin story, and, like, you know, you can tell there is the bad blood there. Like, maybe that was at the end of the game they embraced, and you know, maybe there's a bit of PR spin that they're trying to do there. But I mean, I tell you what, I wouldn't want to be Lockie Galvin again when they play him, because they're coming after him.
Yeah. The mark's definitely on his back.
Yeah.
So with the Luai Galvin thing, I personally, I think it might be a bit more of a PR media thing.
Yeah.
I know that if you watch the interviews back after when it was all happening back in April, Luai seemed very mature in his responses to the media and kept everything quite close to his heart, kept his cards close. I've noticed a lot of maturity from him, especially this year. Whereas going years back, he's definitely been a bit more childish or immature, and I think that's I guess the new age style footballer we're starting to see these days with the Instagram and the social media. They're maintaining a following online as well as playing the rugby league game, so they sort of got to wear two hats, I think. And I think the whole Galvin Luai, I think that might have been more of a PR thing for the media and the fans than any bad blood between themselves, sort of thing.
Definitely. I mean, these days, you know, obviously social media is king. Like, it's a massive thing in our society, and I understand that the players have to use it. But, you know, it makes me think sometimes, like, you know, could you imagine like Shane Webke or Gordon Tallis like on social media? Like, you know, they just, you know, that just doesn't
wouldn't happen.
Yeah,
it wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
No, you couldn't imagine Gordon Tallis on social media. He'd be headhunting people left, right, and centre. But yeah, I guess it just goes to show that it's now a nuanced game, and things have changed. Times have changed now, and players are having to, as I said, wear those two hats and do their social media to get their following, their sponsorships and stuff like that, to get their deals outside of the rugby league, which are, I'm guessing, a big part of their pay packets at the end of the day too.
All right, guys. We're going to be bringing a new addition to the podcast. We're going to be doing a bet of the week each for both of us. And, you know, we're going to put it up on our socials and, you know, obviously gamble responsibly. But if you guys want to jump on, you know, feel free to jump on. So, what's your, what are you going to
You want me to go first?
Yeah, you might as well kick it off, bro.
All right. So, this week I've gone the Broncos and the Storm game.
Yeah.
And I've got Xavier Coates and Dean Mariner, both as anytime try scorers.
Yeah,
and then
nice.
the under, which is 46.5 points. And that's paying $9.05 on Sportsbet.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, no, that's quite a nice, you know, nice try scorers there. Like,
Yeah.
can't sort of go wrong. Pretty safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, for my one, since I'm going to the game, I thought I'll put one in for the Eels versus Cowboys, and I'm just actually looking it up here because I haven't actually got the odds, but I'm gonna go with Mitchell Moses and Tommy Dearden.
Yep.
Little halfback multi, I think, you know, since it's the props and playmakers, I thought I'll start my first bet off with the playmaker from each side. And
I like it.
So that's going to be, hopefully that's a good omen.
Yep.
And hopefully both hopefully they're both good games.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure they will be great games,
Yeah.
especially this close to the end of the season. Like, teams have really got to start to pull their fingers out. So I think we'll be in for a couple of nail biters.
Definitely. And touching on from last week, we had we had a bit of a chat about the Wallabies, and they finally got the chocolates against the Lions.
Yeah, it was good to get a win. Too bad it was in the third game and the series is already over. But yeah, playing for pride, so it was good to see. Yeah, they went out there and they put it all on the line. And, as you said, come home with the chocolates.
Definitely.
Great.
And as we were saying last week, they look like they're starting to really build something now. Like, I know that the Lions coach, Andy Farrell, he actually commented how, the Wallabies look like they're going to be pretty dangerous in the coming series and going into the 2027 World Cup. So it's it's going to be interesting to see where they go from here.
Yeah, it will be good. Hopefully it's a really good series. I'm looking forward to the Bledisloe that's coming up. So
definitely, for sure. Cool. Well, so we might jump into a bit of music chat. Like, is there any like new releases or that you've been listening to this week? Or?
Well, it's not so much a new release. It's few months old now, I think. It's Digger D and M24.
Yeah, nice.
It's called, what I have it written down. It was called Sweet Escape.
Yeah, sweet.
I'm really vibing that one. It's a UK drill one. So
getting into a bit of the UK drill.
Getting into a little bit of it.
Yeah, I find it's quite cool. Like with doing workouts and things like that, I like listening to a bit of drill or pump up sort of music.
Yeah, it's very motivational around the house and stuff like that when you got something to do. So
definitely. And I checked out a bit of the story that you were telling last week about Oliver Anthony. Really interesting story, and super inspiring actually to see like someone making it like that on their own.
Yeah, and it's really good that he's out there trying to help other musos and stuff like that, which is really good to see in this day and age, man. I think there's too much people that have that finite mentality of there's not that much success to go around. So it's good when people are helping out their fellow man and helping each other to succeed, which we're right behind that, getting behind our mates and backing them, lifting them up. So
definitely, for sure. Yeah, no, we're definitely really big on that, and we want to support people that are doing things independently. Not sort of stuck in a system or trapped in a box. Much like we're trying to do with this podcast is. We don't want to really be in any box either. Like, we like a bit of footy. Yeah. We like music. Yeah. We talk about all sorts of different stuff.
Talk about psychology. Talk about everything. Yeah.
The whole box and dice, and that's what I want to encourage people to do is be themselves, show up authentically. You don't have to be in a box. You can be yourself. Yeah. I think. Basically, we're very programmed from a young age. Like, a lot of the things that are instilled into us aren't even our thoughts. They're not our ideas. They're programmed into us from a young age. So
I think that there's quite a lot of the whole the script of when you're young, you find a girl, you get married, you have kids, and you work your whole life, sort of thing. And we're both about sort of breaking away from that and living life on the beat of our own drum, doing our own thing.
Definitely, and it's not to say that those things can't be something that you really enjoy, like having kids or getting married and those sort of things.
Very fulfilling things. Yeah.
Exactly, but it's also to say that you don't have to walk that path. You can walk to the beat of your own drum. You can do your own thing, and like there's nothing wrong with that, And I think a lot of the time people get caught in a comparison trap, looking at social media and seeing these things and then thinking they have to live that way when they don't. They can live what way they want to live,
Yeah, and they also get trapped, like you said, comparing their life to others. Like, your life's not a comparison to anyone else, and nothing's a race. It doesn't matter if someone's got something that you don't have at a certain age or anything like that. It's all about living your own life and doing better each day for yourself.
Definitely. And like, there's pros and cons with social media. Like, obviously social media is such a great platform to build a business, to build a following, to build a brand, to connect with people, to connect with communities. But there, like anything, there's downsides to it. And, that's why, something that I always advocate for is, put some put some boundaries on your phone, like whether it's locks, whether it sort of locks you out. You can do it on like most of the phones now, like on the iPhone, Samsung. You've got, you know, tools that you can do that, because like I know that as an artist, and then especially now doing this podcast as well, you know, you can just get trapped into having your, you know, your head in your phone all day.
Yeah,
like
100%.
And you know, like, I mean, that's not really good for a human being.
No, 100%. It's not. Yeah.
So
it's not real great for you.
Definitely. Well, yeah, like that sort of segues into something else I was going to talk about. I was reading an article during the week, and I seen that the NVIDIA CEO had actually said that AI is going to create more millionaires in 5 years than the internet did in 20 years.
Yeah.
And I found that super mind-blowing, because obviously, you know, both of us, you know, we use AI within
quite frequently. Yeah.
You know, I mean, starting this podcast, we used it.
Yeah. Look, it really doesn't surprise me, man, because AI helps people to be so much more creative, and it helps get a lot of the menial tasks out of the way that a lot of the time you'd get bogged down and disheartened by, so that you can be your authentic creative self. I think that's what we've found with this podcast, like you were saying there, is, it gets rid of all of that, those tasks that we would have got bogged down on, and we're able to be creative and get into the flow state and spend our time more efficiently on working on things that we need to.
Definitely. It takes away that administrative burden that you have, you know, like I think for me, like, you know, I know this, being an independent artist, you're doing so many things. You know, you're writing, you're recording, like, you know, for me, I'm mixing, mastering, doing artwork, you know, posting on social media. It can just become so exhausting. And to have this tool that you can use to help you, you know, just take some of that admin away, that admin work that, you know, that's not why I became an artist, so I can sit there and, you know, write out spreadsheets and stuff like that. Like I became an artist to create, you know, and so yeah, and I think it's something that we found, you know, with using that for our podcast, we were able to like be creative and like, let's just get into it rather than, you know, sit there and wait for 6 months and, you know, like, there's no podcast. You know? So like, let's do it now. And that's what we're doing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It gets rid of that decision paralysis sort of thing, which is, one of the hardest hurdles to overcome. Like, we've both dealt with that before.
Yeah, definitely.
We both can get procrastinating and bogged down. For
sure, you know, and like everyone has a different way of thinking, and, you know, people do tasks so differently, you know, like for me, sometimes like I will procrastinate on the smallest thing for weeks on end when it'll only take 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, because here I am like doing a bunch of other things, and I actually feel like that's something AI can help with. You know, it can help you, you know, sort of plan out your schedule a little bit more. Like, you know, you can input things into it. You also have that side of it where you really do need to like take everything it says with a grain of salt, and
you really need to force it to be objective, or be objective 100%. Yourself. You need to ask it to look at both sides of the coins. Just quickly touching back on the procrastination and the things taking 5 minutes. I heard something interesting the other day from Jordan Peterson. He's an awesome guy to listen to.
Yeah, definitely.
And I definitely encourage anyone else to have a listen to his stuff. And he had a little, I guess, theory or strategy to deal with like procrastination and laziness. And it's basically, if you're looking at doing a task, ask yourself, is this going to take me longer than 2 minutes? If the answer is no, get up and do it right now. Because otherwise you'll get stuck in the mental trap of putting it off. And then a 2-minute task becomes a 10-minute task and a 20-minute task. And then before you know it, you're overrun with mess, and it's now a 3-hour task.
Yeah, definitely. And that's something I've definitely been guilty of in the past. I must say, you know, like...
I definitely resonate with that.
Yeah, I just wait till it piles up, and then it gets so messy, and then I'm like...
Yes, we had the conversation earlier. It's like that chaos of you'll sort of OCD, and we'll do our room or our space exactly how we like it.
Definitely.
And then it'll progressively get worse and worse and worse until our mind can no longer deal with that chaos, and we just explode. And I guess chaos in the mind chaos in the house is chaos in the mind.
For sure, man. Yeah, like that's definitely something you want that, and especially if you're wanting to create, you want that space where you feel comfortable. You know, you don't have this. You know, you're in that right frequency to create.
Yeah, you don't want that niggling feeling over the back of your head of just, oh, I got to do this, or I got to do this, or this is
the
going to
dishes
take
are
me.
piling up and stuff like that. Yeah,
Correct.
so no, for sure. Definitely. Well, I think it's Mount Rushmore time.
Mount Rushmore.
Yeah,
Ooh.
we got the last week we had the rappers and actors.
Yep.
So this week we're gonna do the Mount Rushmore of superheroes.
Interesting. Just quickly, if you guys have any suggestions for the Mount Rushmore, what you want us to do, whether it be, as we're doing this week, superheroes, villains, football stars, sports stars, singers, actors, whatever it be, put it down in the comments below, and we'll put it into the schedule, and we'll do them for you.
And we want to hear who are your favourite superheroes.
Yeah, we do. Definitely. I think this week maybe you should start it off, seeing as I went first last week.
I'll kick it off. All right. All right. Well, what am I gonna go? I got a couple written down here, but I'm still just tweaking the order a bit. But
no particular order. We can always work on that later.
All right. Well, I'm gonna kick it off with just a classic OG Superman. You know, it's probably
Clark Kent.
Yeah, he's got
Big dog.
He's got the power.
He's got the power.
he's the prop of the.
He's got the rig, man. Yeah. He's got the rig.
He's what's the DC? What's their Avengers called? The Justice League.
Justice League.
Yeah. I always mix them up, but So he's like the prop of the Justice League.
Yeah.
So kicking it off with him, and then, you know, I need a bit of humor in there, so I definitely got to get Iron Man in there. And, you know, I mean, Ghostface Killer, one of my favorite rappers too, so got the Iron Man album, you know, Tony Stark. So
Tony Stark, man.
Yeah. So, got him in there, and, probably going to have to put Mary Jane Squeeze in there and put Spider-Man in there, you know? Yeah, got to go Spider-Man, you know?
Good pick.
Definitely got a phobia of snakes, so like spiders are my thing, you know?
Just quickly, who's your favourite Spider-Man?
Oh, damn. Nah, got to go the OG, Tobey Maguire.
Got
to go the OG, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Like Tom Holland, you know, like he's cool and all that, but just can't go past the OG, man. Like, you know, that my favorite is the one with the Green Goblin, William Dafoe.
Yeah,
awesome.
How good is
role.
he?
Yeah,
he plays such a good villain.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. That those scenes where he's like sort of talking to himself and that, like going crazy, like they're just some of the best.
He plays too good of an unhinged person.
Yeah, he does.
There's got to be something going on there, eh?
Yeah, a lot of his roles are unhinged.
I loved it, where he's talking to himself in the mirror and his own reflection just starts walking away like, oh damn.
Definitely. And then James Franco, like he sort of that's his son in the movie, but
he does it well
he's quite good at it too, so and I got to save the best for last, like my favorite superhero of all time, and that's the Dark Knight, Batman. Yeah. Had to put him in there. I mean, me and you, like, we were obsessed with that movie that everyone thinks is campy, that one with Arnold Schwarzenegger as
George
Mr.
Clooney
Freeze.
As Batman. That was a great movie of its time, man. We watched that so much.
I mean, we were the target audience because
100%.
we're like 6, and they did like a whole toy franchise off of that.
And we had the toys. We used to play with them, flying them out the car window when we were younger.
They definitely got our parents. They made enough money out of our parents.
Yeah.
Like
them poor people.
We were hustling them. We were like, yep, I want that one this week. Like,
they knew what we wanted.
Yeah, definitely. So that's my list.
Okay, yeah, I like it. Yeah, I think there's a couple of similarities there. So
let's see if you can top that, eh?
Oh, I can definitely top it.
All right.
Number one for me is going to be Dr. Banner, the Incredible Hulk.
Ooh, yeah.
He's the GOAT for me. I
big dog, yeah.
I love him. And especially how both sides of his character are so instrumental in those Avengers films and
for sure.
in the comics. Yep, I really like him. I feel like whether he's the Hulk or he's Dr. Banner, he's a superhero either way.
And one thing I found was funny is they had Eric Banner play Dr. Banner.
I also found that quite funny. Yeah. I was actually, sort of like picking my brain earlier on that. I was like, Banner, is it Dr. Banner or was it just because it was Eric Banner that paid him?
Yeah.
I wasn't quite sure. I had to do my fact checking.
It'll get you that one, Dr. Eric Banner.
But he did quite a good Hulk. Like that was a good Hulk.
For sure.
But my favourite Hulk's actually Mark Ruffalo. The Avengers, Mark Ruffalo. Yeah,
he's dope.
He was really good.
He really plays the Doctor role like really well too. Like he fuses the duality of like the
embodiments
the
Dr. Banner, especially like I really liked in that Avengers movie where he picks up Loki's scepter. That's an awesome scene there where he's like he's talking to Tony Stark and he's like, what do you think, I'm angry, or you've got me here because you want to kill me but you can't, I've tried.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a great scene. Number 2 for me, same with the comedic relief in there, Deadpool. Wade Wilson.
Oh, yeah.
He's one of my all-time favourites. I had his game back in the day, and even back then in his PlayStation game, he was doing that breaking the third wall and turning around and talking to the audience.
I love that.
That's what I really like about him. It sort of draws you and it makes you feel like you're part of it.
Definitely, and it's cool to see because it's like breaking the rules of cinema.
Yeah, 100%.
Like I love that. Yeah, no, for sure.
Coming in at number 3. Spider-Man.
Yeah.
The kid. You got to have him in there.
Got to have him in there. Spidey.
My favourite's actually Tom Holland. Yeah. So I got to disagree with you there on Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire would be a close second, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
He played it really good.
For me, just because he's the OG. You know, I really do like Tom Holland, and I think he embodies the youthful energy of Peter Parker really well.
Yes.
But the OG. It's kind of hard to go past the OGs, you know?
Yeah. I think exactly what you said, that youthful playfulness is, exactly why I sort of gravitate towards Tom Holland over Tobey Maguire. But, they both did a great job. And,
100%,
Yeah, exactly. It's really hard to go past the OG, especially when that was like the Spider-Man we were brought up on. All right, and number 4 for me, Batman, Bruce Wayne. Yeah. He's got to be up there, man. As you said, we jammed that movie a bit back in the day.
Definitely, definitely. And you always used to make me be Robin, you know, like main character syndrome or what?
Main character syndrome.
Bro.
Look,
you know.
You enjoyed being the Batman to my Robin. I mean, the Robin to my Batman.
I embraced it. And look how the tables have turned.
Oh, now. Hasn't it? What?
Definitely. No, well, that's solid. That's a real solid list. Like, I think we've got a team of Justice League / Avengers there that's gonna, you know, kick some ass.
Yeah, take on the universe, mate.
Put your Mount Rushmore in the comments. We'd love to hear it. So, man. Well, I think we got 2 in the bag now, man. Like we're rolling.
We're on it.
We're cruising, bro.
Here.
Joe Rogan, watch out, bro.
Buddy, watch out. Mate, when he gets famous, he can come on here. He can be a guest on our podcast.
Yeah, well, you know.
Please don't hurt me. Just quickly before we wrap it up, I wanted to touch on. Have you heard anything about this R360 they're talking about? The rugby union competition.
Definitely, yeah. No, I have. That's a real interesting, and apparently they're going to have bucket loads of money because it's getting funded from either the Saudis or you know, one of those.
Yeah, it's privately funded.
And I know they're going hard for like Pappy and even Lomax, which, you know, is making me pretty scared as an Eels fan. But
Lomax is such a great player, man.
He can kick too. So, you know, that's, But, I mean, man, it's going to be interesting. I think you're going to find a lot of, you know, rebel comps like this are going to start popping up because, you know, the money that is being generated in sports, like worldwide in a lot of sports, you know, it's ridiculous. Like what we've even seen the NRL grow from in our lifetime to back in the day when, you know, guys were, you know, basically playing for a bucket of hot chips and a can of drink, you know what I mean? Or like, you know, a bit of match payments on the side, you know, but now it's like, you know, I mean, we look at the American athletes and what they're on, like, you know, there's
hundreds of millions of dollars. Yeah.
Soccer athletes or football athletes, I should say.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
But
Hazza, that's for you.
But yeah, definitely. I think it's going to be very interesting, and I think the NRL need to take a bit of a look at it and try and lock down the stars. But in saying that, like we've always had that in rugby league where
we had the Super League way back
people
when.
pinch like rugby in the 2000s. You know, they got Big Dell and you know, Lottie Takiri,
and even more recently Suoliti.
yeah, and I guess, you know, you're always going to have that, but you know, I do think that the NRL, like in terms of Australia, like we have the product, the TV product is just, you know, it's next level, like, you know, and you know, with them going to Vegas now, you know, I think there's a lot of opportunities for growth too. I think there's a lot of opportunities for growth in Asia. You know, like I think over in, you know, Singapore, you know, there's room to grow the game, like South Africa. Like,
I believe even in Japan, rugby league has a bit of a following starting to come together.
They love union over there, so like, you know, the games aren't that dissimilar from each other, and
correct.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not one of those people. Like, even though I grew up as a leaguey, but you know, I've always appreciated other sports, like you know, union, AFL. Like I love all different sports. Like something actually our pop used to say to me, and you know, I'm sure he said it to you too, is like, you know, embrace different sports, play different sports, and you know, like it'll make you a better all-round sportsman. And then in your sport that you choose, you're gonna have more skills in general.
Yeah, I think exactly like you said, it's kind of ingrained in our DNA with our pop at being a professional boxer and playing football and playing pool and golf and all different sports. It's we were always brought up to embrace those other sports and
100%.
take it all in stride, because there's always transferable skills and things that you can adapt from one sport and then use in another sport.
No, sweet. Well, I think that's we got sleepers.
My sleeper pick was the track I mentioned earlier on. That was the Digger D M24.
Sweet. Yeah, cool. We got a bit of UK vibes up in the podcast.
Yeah, that's it.
I won't ever leave my bro, that's model. Jumped out on smoke and he disappeared like Jojo. She got her head screwed on, but she can never be my bubble.
I look, yo, you listening? Wet when I said out to christen him. Got done times 2 trying to triple him. Take a trip if he trips, man's ripping him. If he's broke, I'ma catch him and cripping him. Sick of him, running the field, no dribbling him. Yo, finna get sent off, come kicking him. Bro, he gonna need a send off, stop dipping him. This light skin bitch here, she flipping it. Come to bad man, I want talk about licking it. Magnum sipping it, Rambo gripping it. He run off again, little chicken shit. Yo, I own all my guns like chipping him. Bro, grab a hold of his clothes, start swinging him. But I'm all show him about combat, swing my long shank and finish him. You got a problem, solve that. Aim for his egg, yo, crack it and joke that. Yo, if he scrambles, fry him and smoke that. Yo, on the wing, better swing and assault that. Hold that, 21 days ain't nothing you joke, man. Yo, fam, yo, better not fair, no, man. Can't see man that's 10 years older. Joker, happy smoke on turn, yo. So, fam, how can I rate them old men? Still young, but I been out from old 10. Told them, don't get comfy and go. They didn't listen, we caught them and showed them. Add to their mashes and went off and sold them. Multiple splashes, he got less soaking. Pull up and smoke them.
I'm gonna keep the Kiwi vibes rolling. Awesome hip hop group from NZ, Homebrew, which one of my homies, Matt Snipes, put me on to back in the day, and I've just ever since. And I love this track, man. It's such a banger.
Let's hear it.
All right.
Yeah, the song's sort of horsey cunts. We had a good chick. A chick too good for them. And they fucked it up. Cause of that bad whiskey, you know? Goes like this, sing along, right? Bad whiskey. Now she don't want to fuck with me. I lost my girl for 40, now I'm 50. I'm talking about bad whiskey. Sitting alone in my room, I rock to the record. No friends, just buds, more spots than a leopard. Cause I'm just a lion, cheater, no good, wildcat eater. Telling lies to my Sheila. I treat her like a diva when I love her and I need her. But I really don't give a damn, like a greedy diva. Love the beard like a streaker, skull about a dozen. Treat it like it's nothing. Of the vodka like a Russian, cause I'm just a sea eagle. I'm only manly, tryna be all that I can be, but I candy. It's calling me up fancy panties like a Grammy.
All right, guys. Thanks for rocking with us for another week. We're just going to keep it rolling with this. If you guys got any suggestions, put them in the comments.
Yeah, we really appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, smash that subscribe button.
For sure. Till next time.
Peace.
Peace.